Hello, I'm Dr. Marcia Schnorr, and I coordinate parish nursing for Lutheran Church Missouri Synod. And I really thank you for participating in our LCMS video series for parish nurses. And today it's my pleasure to present Hope Knight. Hope has a Master's of Science in Nursing Education. She serves as a parish nurse at her church, Messiah Lutheran in Oklahoma City. She's the district representative for the Oklahoma district, and she serves on the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod Parish Nurse Council. And I'm just really confident that this will be a blessing to you and to those whom you serve. Welcome, Hope.
Thank you, Marcy. I appreciate it very much. Today, I'd like to talk with you about loss. We have loss in many different ways, and typically, that loss is not everybody doesn't do it the same way. There's not a normal way to deal with loss. Many people, for loss, it means different things to different people. Some, it's a family member. I've lost a family member. I've lost a close friend. For others, it could be the loss of a pet, the loss of a job, a professional challenge. Sometimes businesses close, things happen, positions are done away with, and this happens quite a bit. Church buildings burn down or are blown away by tornadoes, and so that is a big loss for a lot of people. A house, sometimes we lose a house, and it depends on what that loss is, how we can work through it. Some will see the loss as a dream or a plan that just can't be realized. You lose your job. I was planning on that job for the next 20 years. Where am I going to work now? Divorce. Some see divorce as a loss. It is a loss. But is that loss something that we can deal with or not? Sometimes the need to become a caregiver. Becoming a caregiver means the loss of what you had dreamt for. I was planning to go on with my work, and now I have to stay home with my family member. I was married, and I was a wife. I was a mother, and now who am I? Now what am I? We see all of these losses in a different way. If we lose our job, I was going to work every day at 8 o'clock in the morning. Now what am I going to do? How am I going to deal with that thing? My favorite pet dog died. I don't know what to do now. I walk that dog every day. I sat and that dog was on my lap every day. Now what do I do? For some, these losses are the future. What do I do now? What do I see myself in 5 or 10 years? It may take dreams away. So I was going to go on a trip and my dog was going to go with me. For some, that is a very huge loss. And for others, it's, well, I don't have that pet anymore, and they move on. The family that is in the middle of a divorce, it's very hard sometimes for the wife. Now what my dreams were, we were going to live out our lives together. We were going to vacation next year. The children were going to go through college, and the two of us were going to visit. And now I'm alone. I'm alone. And the loss of that security, that home. Is it expected? No, it's not expected, but it is that huge loss. Now I'm alone. Now where do I live? What do I do? Who do I cook for? What do I do with this life that I have now? I was the mother. I took people to practice. I made dinner every night. Or, we did lunch on Saturday mornings, the whole family. And now it's just me, maybe the children, or maybe just me. That loss is huge. And sometimes the losses bring the lack of safety. I was safe in my relationship. I was safe when my pet dog was there. I was safe in my position in that job that I had. It was my way of being safe. And now I'm not safe anymore. I don't have the assurance of a paycheck from that place. I don't have the assurance that I will be able to live like I've been living for X amount of years. So the losses are different. They're very unique for the person. Some losses take away what that we thought we were. I was the wife. I was the technician at this job. I was the child. My mother has died. Now what? I was a caregiver. Now what? I have encountered many on these trials. Caregivers where their family member has died and now they're not the caregiver anymore. What are they expecting? Now what do I do with my day? I did their laundry. I fed them. I got them up out of bed. I cared for them every day, every minute. And friends came over, and now what am I going to do? Now where do I spend my time? Who am I now? I'm not the caregiver now. Who am I now? I'm not the person on that job. I'm not the wife of or the husband of. I'm not that person. I don't have those things to back up on. And some people will get stuck. And they'll just get stuck in the loss. I had this life and it's gone. And they never move on to overcome the loss and cope with it. Who am I now? That is a huge struggle. Can you imagine having a thought or a dream and that dream evaporates? Now what? Now what do we do? For some, those changes can move on to be a window. Window is open after that door is shut. And we cope with it and we move on. And we look for another job, a place to live. Maybe someone else to care for, or now that we've cared for someone, I might have a new profession and let me go and explore that. Exploring new adventures. That's what we can do when we're in the middle of that loss. Some are still stuck. I'm seeing more and more where people are not able to get over their losses. They're stuck there. I was the caregiver, and now what? And now their whole world that revolves around that caregiving stops. It just stops. They don't have that anymore. And the wife that has lost her husband can't go through his stuff, can't give away his clothing. The rooms don't change. The furniture placement doesn't change. She sets 2 places at the table for years, just stuck in that place where they were. I was the wife. Who am I now? I can't deal with him being gone. Can't deal with what do I do? No one ever told me or taught me what I can do next. He paid the bill. He made sure everything was done. He took care of the house. He made sure the lawn was mowed. How do I do that? How do I pay a bill? How do I write a check? Have you encountered these people in your charge? What can we do for them? They're just stuck in that place. And they may not have the skills to move on. They may not have the skills to cope with this loss. Or they may not have any idea of what they are capable of or where they should go from here. They have no idea. So now they get to explore a new adventure or a new action. That's very scary. Very scary. For me, it would be like going on a roller coaster. I am petrified of roller coasters, and I would have almost an anxiety attack. Just the thought of going on that roller coaster up and down fast. Oh, pardon me. And that may be what they're dealing with. They're so anxious because they don't understand where they are, what to do, what's the next step, how do I. Some people just they've not dealt with the last loss. They had a loss of a parent, and now there is a divorce or a job loss. They haven't dealt with that parent's loss, and now they have another loss to come, and now they have two losses they're dealing with. I'm still dealing with my parents, and what do I do without them? We talked every day at 5 p.m. Now what do I do with my time? I don't know what to do on Sundays. I pick them up for church. They're gone. What do I do now? And now I have this other loss. I don't know what to do with my Sundays, and now I don't have that place to go, that other safe place to go, yet to forget about the loss of my parents. So they've got all these things going on, and their anxiety is just raising and raising and raising. And then we have others, and I see more and more of this, where they have never had a loss. They may have gone in their upbringing, they got the job they wanted first off, their parents were living, they are living where they wanted to be living, in a situation that they wanted to be in, and their life was going absolutely perfect, and now they have a loss. They have no idea how to deal with it, because they never lost anything. They always won everything in school, and they were always voted the most popular or whatever. But now they have a loss, and they don't know what to do with it. Some of these acquaintances that have a loss may or may not be Christians. They might not be going to church. They may have dropped back from church, or they may be very active in the church and just not know what they needed to do. Loss is a very, very personal thing, and it makes us stop and back up and think, who am I now? What do I do now? I'm not where I was, and I don't know where I need to be. I'm lost. I've had a loss, and now I'm lost in this. Many will look at us, and they'll look at Christians. I'm calling us as Christians. They'll look at the Christians in their life. They'll look around and they'll go, okay, who did I know that went to church? Some have come up to me and said, okay, I don't know what to do. What do I do now? And I have to explore what were they going through? What happened? Where were they? Where are they now? Tell me about your spiritual life. Tell me about your relationship with Christ. Are you worshiping regularly? Are you able to pray? Are you able to do the things that I would normally do to get me through this crisis? And it is a crisis of loss for them at that point. So what are they're looking for us. How do we as Christians handle loss? Some handle it just as poorly as anybody. Well, people, we may or may not handle it well. Sometimes, some people will go through a depression, and they'll just back up and back out of society and just not want to be around people at all. Back out of church, not show up for weeks, and just need to be alone and deal with whatever's going on in their life. And it may or may not be a good way to cope with it, but that's how they're coping with it, and that's what they're doing. So what are our attitudes? Are we angry? Are we anxious in front of people or around people? What are our attitudes? Do we become mean? Some people they just snap at people because they're so anxious that they are not able to deal with any other situation around them. And so they snap and they're just totally anxious. Our attitude as a Christian when we have a loss or when we're around people that have a loss can speak volumes. That attitude of, oh, I've just lost my job. I am so anxious. I just don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to figure something out. That can speak volumes. Oh, thank you for letting me know that you're praying for my loss of my parent. I was their caregiver. I don't know what I'm going to do now, but I will figure it out, and God will lead me, and I'll pray about that. And help me through this, if you would. So how we work through it speaks volumes. If we are able to glorify God through that loss, if we, as Christians, can glorify God through that loss, people can see it. They want to know how we are able to get there, how we are able to cope with this loss. They want to have what we have. We have such an awesome God. He gives us His Word, and He tells us. I looked up some scriptures, and so He told one of my favorite scriptures is in Romans 8:28. We know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. In all things God works for good. Through the loss, through the pain, through that wondering, who am I now? God is working. Is it hard to see and is it hard to hear that work? It's very hard. We sometimes close our eyes to everything around us and we're like, I just can't see anything, I can't hear anything, I just don't even know what's going on because I just can't. And that still small voice will hopefully come in and say, I love you and I am going to work through this with you because I have you in the palm of my hand and I have a purpose for you. I have a plan for you. So get ready and start looking for it. Oh my goodness, those plans can be so scary. And so the person that's in the loss, now they're having to deal with something new. And they may not understand what that newness is. How can we minister to them? How can we, the church body, how can we in the church minister to those that we see are in a loss or hear of that are in a loss? Many people don't want you to know they've had a loss. How many people in your congregation have lost a job that you know of? Many people in Oklahoma have lost jobs from the oil industry in Texas, and they have just not known where they're going to go next. Do I wait for that? Do I move on? Some are looking and thinking about, okay, now that door is shut. Let me look for that open window. What do I want to do now? And I'm cheering them on. And then others are sitting and standing and going, well, I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea where to look. So looking around and listening to those people that have a loss. Are they at your worship service? Usually, it's those people that usually sit in that certain place. Many people have that certain place. Sitting in that certain place. Are they there? Are you missing them? Is anyone missing them? Is anyone noticing? Are they at the meetings that are normally there? They're on this committee or in this group and they are declining the invitation or just not showing up. Their social gathering that they are always at. They're always there, ready to go, ready to volunteer. And now they're not there at all. Where are they? What's happened to them? Are we calling them? They'll usually appear less interactive if they're going through a loss and they seem stuck or they're not sure who they are now. I was a caregiver, and that's what I did, and people came over and gave me respite so I could come and be a part of. Or I left for just an hour, and everybody knew I had just an hour to be at church, and I had to get back and take care of my loved one. And now they're not coming at all. Is their loved one worse? Are they better? Is there a change in that situation? Or are they are waiting to figure out what the loss is? Who am I now? Where do I go now? What's happened? In 1 Peter 5:7, the Lord encourages us to cast all of our anxiety on Him because He cares for you. How hard is that? They have these anxieties. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. And we're asking them to just take it and give it away. Just hand it over and don't worry about it. I want to hold on to it. I want to hold on to mine sometimes because I'm still dealing with it. God says, give it to me. Allow me, your Lord, to take care of you. Allow me to move you into the things I have waiting for you if you'll just hang on. I told you about it in Romans, but now hand over your anxiety and don't be anxious. Of course, I didn't look up the verse that said, don't be anxious for you. He feeds the birds. Why wouldn't he feed you? But we have to work at it too. So here we have these prayer requests. I sit in church and I listen to the prayer requests. And I listen to them on prayer chain. And I pray for these people, but do I really think about what they're going through? And do we put losses, except for death, on the prayer request? Many people don't. I don't want to be a burden to others sometimes. Okay? Many people don't want others to know that their job was lost, their loved one left. They have that sense of embarrassment of, I don't know who I am, I don't know what I'm going to do, and what are people going to think? So they may not think very well at all, and they may think I'm not as good or not worthy of their friendship, and many people think they're not worthy if something happens, or they're stuck, or they just have no idea who they are or where they need to go. What are they doing? So I'm listening to those prayer requests now. Who's doing what? Who is needing prayer for what? And so sometimes those prayer requests are unspoken. So send up a red flag for me. It's unspoken. What is it that they don't feel comfortable sharing with the church? I'll send them a card. I'll go over, pat them on the back. How are you? No, really. How are you really? Most of the time we say, I'm fine. Things are going great. Life is good. And on the inside, we are so anxious we could jump out of our skin. Listen to those prayer requests. What are we going to do when they say, well, I lost my job? You can tell them, I'm there for you. What avenues do you have? What's going on? What can I do to help? So listen to those prayer requests. Sometimes people just need to know that you're there. In nursing, and parish nursing especially, we have something called being present. And we'll go and sit, and we'll actively listen. We'll just sit and listen to them. How many times have you had someone just sit and listen to you? Does that feel good? Did it worry you that they didn't say much of anything? Sometimes it just is a way for them to express their feelings, knowing that you're not gonna say things that worry them. Just there to listen. Stephen's ministers do this wonderfully, wonderfully. You have that in your church. I'm just so blessed. But Parish nurses can help with that also. Sit, listen. What are they really saying? Are they saying that they don't know where to go? Are they saying that they don't understand? The wife who lost her husband doesn't know how to do a checkbook, doesn't know how the lawn's going to get mowed, who's going to fix the house, how do I pay the bills? I don't even know where they are. What do I have to work with? I don't know. I cooked, I cleaned. He took care of all that, or she took care of all that. Now what do I do? Get things going. So they have a need. How can we fix that need? Or do they have any groceries? Can we go to the grocery store with them? I knew of a man, he lost his wife suddenly of a stroke. She was gone. He went to work, he went home. That's what he did. She took care of the bills. She took care of the groceries, the cooking, the house, everything that had to do with the home. He had no idea how to do any of those things, anything. So he had a need. How could I affect that need without causing him to hurt more? Saying, oh, well, you don't know this. No, you have a need. Let me help you figure out how to do that. Is there someone in the church that you would trust to come over and help you with that? Is there someone that you know that you would want to help you with that? Because those are very intimate details. Don't know how to cook. Oh, well, can we help you with some meals for a while? Can we teach you how to cook a couple things? I asked him that, and he said, oh, my goodness, I can't cook. And I said, well, sure you can. Let's help you with that. And so I asked around, and some of the ladies said, well, you know, I could, but I don't feel comfortable going by myself. And so I found some couples to go over and help him cook. And I even found a single man that said, I want to go over there and help him cook. And he went over there, and between all of them, he learned how to make macaroni and cheese, fixing some soup, just some simple things like that. And he was just so thankful. But he had a need, and how do we feel it? Feel it with compassion and care. One moment. Excuse me so much. How do we feel it with compassion and care? Step back, and we assess it, and we think of how we might want to fill that need. They have a loss. They're stuck. They don't know what they're going to do. Who am I now? This gentleman was a husband, the provider. And now he was the cook and the cleaner, and he took care of the house and the bill payer, and he had no idea what to do. So finding out that need. The person that had, that was a caregiver, and their loved one died, or the person they were caring for died, and now their days are empty. They have no one to cook for, no one to clean for, no one to care for. What do they do now? How can we help? What do you have in your community? What resources are there? Is there someone else that needs a caregiver? Is sitting and listening to their needs and what they think is going to happen next be a window that we need to open and explore. Helping them explore that window. You were such a good caregiver. Have you thought of doing that full-time and get paid for it? You thought about that. Is there do you want to go back to school? Do you want to take some courses? Do you want to just maybe find out if someone needs a caregiver and be that caregiver for someone else? You did such a good job. They may not even know that exists. Wouldn't that be wonderful just to help them get to have those ideas? If you're stuck in a loss and you're stuck in that cloud of depression, and I see it as a cloud, and sometimes it's depression, sometimes it's just that down feeling. I see a cloud that they can't see through. It's like if you've ever been on an airplane and you're flying through a cloud bank, you can't see anything but the cloud. There's no land, there's no sunshine, there's nothing, just the cloud. And I see that as a visual in my brain of what depression is. You can't see past the cloud. You don't know what's there, you don't know what's out there, you don't know what is available. And so helping them see past this cloud mean everything to them and help them get through this loss that they're in. If they were a caregiver, they've lost someone, can they be arrested for another caregiver? Can they be an avenue in your church body that can provide respite for other caregivers? They know how to give care. They know how to clean. They know how to do those little things that caregivers do. And they offer respite for other caregivers and give them a chance to get away. Go grocery shopping. Go to the doctor's appointment. Get their hair done. Go to the men's meeting. There's just as many men caring for their loved ones as there are women. And so we don't want to forget them either. So can they be arrested? Is there something that they have been doing that now they can do for someone else? Or they can be out there for someone else? What kind of resources are in your community? They've had this loss, and now they don't know what they're going to do. They were the stay-at-home mom, and now there is a divorce. Now what do they do? What did you do before you stayed home? What were your joys? What do you enjoy doing? And listening to them, listening to those wants, listening to those desires that they thought they had, they feel that are gone, those dreams are dashed. Now, here they are, dealing with this loss. Oh my. We can listen. What are they saying? Are they saying that they love to cook? They always wanted to cook. They always wanted to just take care of people and just cook for people. What's available? I know at my church, they make several meals a week, and different groups get together and make the meals. They make the meals. They do that. And they make those meals for those that are caregivers and take them over so that the caregivers don't have to cook. And they did the funeral services, the new babies that come in. Those families need meals too. Oh my goodness, all of these people need meals. And they make the meals for them and free them while they're making for their own family? Absolutely. Did they think of it through that cloud? Maybe not. What resources are there? Do they want to go back to school? Is there a community college? Is there a place for them to get more knowledge if they wanted to do that? Are there people that will put off making a decision because they can't see any choices? They've had the loss. Now they need to decide, do I move? Do I stay? Do I cook? Do I have someone come in and pay someone to clean and cook for me? What do I do? Are they putting off a decision that because they don't know what avenues are there, what resources are there? And that's what we need to look at. And sit and listen to them and help them work through it. We cannot change their immediate circumstances. No one can come in and change mine. I know that. And I can't change someone else's circumstances, that's for sure. But as they look around, what are they seeing? What are they seeing in their immediate community? What are they seeing in their church body? What are they seeing if they don't have a church body? Who's there for them? A friend has a loss and they've not been to church in years and years and years. How are we going to be that beacon of hope? I have a verse that's been kind of my verse forever. Whenever I hit loss, and I promise you I've had some loss in my life. So whenever I hit loss and I have that cloud around me and I can't see through it, I just go and I have this taped up in a prominent place in my house so I can't miss it. And it's from 2 Corinthians 4:8-9. We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed. Perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not abandoned. Struck down, but not destroyed. There's a lot more to that verse, but that's the part I need. I may be hurting. I may have all this stuff going on around me, but I can make it through. I am not defeated at all. God is still there with me. Is this a message that needs to be heard? When you are working with someone that has lost, is this a message that needs to be shouted from the rooftop at times? I know you're hurting, but you're not crushed. I know you have no idea what to do next, but you're not in despair. God is here for you. The Lord has you in his hand. You may feel persecuted, but God has not abandoned you. I have not abandoned you. The church has not abandoned you. You may feel struck down and hurt, but you've not been abandoned. We're still here for you. It may take a lot of prayer and a lot of listening and a lot of sitting and just being quiet and allowing them to work through things. But that still small voice can talk with you. The Holy Spirit can talk through you to them and have what they need at that moment. Many of us have experienced times when I have no idea what to say. I've not been through what they're going through. I have not lost a child. And yet I have been with families that have lost a child. No idea how they're doing it. No idea what they're going through. So I just have that silent prayer. God, you have to help me here. Holy Spirit, you have to speak through me. And he does. He's right there for me. So I'm not perplexed, and I've been shown a way through that. And sometimes it's just that listening ear that I'm here. I have no idea what you're going through, but I'm here. And I know my God is here with us. They may not want to hear it, but sometimes they just need to hear that still small voice where they can start working through that. Another verse that helps me get through whatever I'm getting through at the time, and it's helped many others too. It's from Romans 8:38-39. And God's talking to us, letting us know that we are not alone. It says, I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, or any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in creation will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus our Lord. Those are words I hang on to. I don't care what's come down the pike. It may hurt horribly at the time. Devastating. I've lost what I thought I was going to have. I've lost that position. I've lost that job. My friend has lost a family member. The person at church has lost their job. The church has burned down. The church was taken away in a tornado. My house was taken away in a tornado. Mine was not, but many people in Oklahoma have that reality. Now who am I? Now what do I do? What do I do? I'm not sure what is there. This new path that they are now going down may not be that yellow brick road as Dorothy was on, but it can be exhilarating. It can be a new and wonderful world, and we can help them get there. Or it can be very scary, very anxious. And asking them to give all of their anxiety to God may be hard, but they may be able to do it little by little. Walking with them through the journey is everything. Being there for them. Some are going to cling on, and we've got to be able to handle that. Some are going to walk side by side with us and allow us to be there with them. And others are going to want to talk with us just once and then move away. And we have to go and find them because they're just not used to walking this journey with anyone. We have to find that healthy balance because we have to take care of ourselves as we take care of others in their loss. Walking through them through that journey is what we do. I'm going to leave you with one last verse. Again from Romans. It's 35 to 37. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall trouble, or hardship, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or danger, or sword? It is written, for your sake we face death all day long. We are considered sheep to be slaughtered. No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. Not without him, but through him. And anything that is thrown at us by this world, by those in the world, and of the world, may not be able to be successful because we have Christ. We have the Holy Spirit backing us. We are conquerors in this world through Christ, in the loss. So when you have someone that has a loss, big, small, big to them, and maybe clouding their whole world, find out where they are. Find out what they need. Find out what we can do. And make sure that each time we have a loss, we are walking through it with the love of Christ, with Christ behind us and with us, so that others may see Christ in the crisis that we're walking through. May God keep you in his wonderful hand, and may you have a blessed day.